Bucky Brooks is back with us, but Marcellus, should the Falcons be fully committed to their quarterback in Matt Ryan?
Fully committed like I am to Anna Marie? No. Be like Acho a little bit. It's time to hit the club. Time to hit the streets. Oh, man, because Matt Ryan is good, but not great anymore. The 3 years of losing really says a lot to me. I have to start with the team in terms of win-loss. 4-12, 7-8, 7-9. Matt Ryan, that looks like regression in terms of whatever talents you possess, it materializing into team success, another bar. So I look at this situation where Matt Ryan's one of only 2 players that have at least 10 straight seasons of 4,000-plus passing yards. Okay, applause. You're still good, but not good enough. I look at a situation where the toughest part about Matt Ryan is obviously his age, obviously how much he costs, but he still puts you in a position where you think you can achieve. But now, based on results, especially the last 3 years, we have now established a pattern where, sorry, Matt Ryan, it's time for me to do what I got to do to Acho, which is be out front of his crib and hit him with a text and the 3 bubbles, and he going to see it, and he going to hit it. Say, what Marcel's talking about? Out front. It's time to hit the streets. Because we got to look for another quarterback, somebody out there to not even push Matt Ryan, not even to fully be the successor in this moment, but to just make him look over his shoulder and realize change is going to come. I was born by the river, and I don't want to die. But, Matt Ryan, your time is coming because more is behind you than in front of you. Committed, not fully, but starting to look elsewhere.
I'm with you, Sel. The Falcons shouldn't be committed to Matt Ryan. I'm going to take it a little bit further. I watch a lot of sports television, so I listen to a lot of competent and incompetent takes, but the competent ones are the ones that stick with me. Our guy, Colin, he said that Matt Ryan is good enough to keep you in contention in the playoffs year in, year out, but he's not bad enough for you to have a top-tier draft pick. So the Falcons end up being an NFL purgatory year in and year out. Like, they're not really competing for a Super Bowl, but they're not drafting a game-changing, revolutionizing type of player. However, thanks to Dan Quinn, former head coach for the Falcons, they're in that position. You can actually draft a game changer. The Falcons have had 2 top 5 picks in the last 30 years. One they used on Mike Vick. The other they used on Matt Ryan. The Falcons are now primed to draft a potential game-changing quarterback. Could be Justin Fields. Could be Trey Lance. It shouldn't be Mac Jones, but I digress. So now the Falcons are really in a position to make noise. Do so, because I'll end it like this. Falcons, if y'all don't use this top 5 pick on a quarterback of your future, you're going to end up like the Chiefs. Now, Chiefs obviously got Patrick Mahomes that worked out for them.
Yes.
But remember, the Chiefs had to give up an additional 1st and a 3rd to replace their aging quarterback in Alex Smith. The Packers were trying to replace their aging quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. They had to give up an additional 4th-round pick just to move up 4 picks. The Ravens were trying to replace their aging quarterback in Joe Flacco. They had to give up an additional 2nd-round pick and change their 4th-round pick just to move up to draft Lamar Jackson. Falcons, y'all don't have to give up any additional draft capital. You're already in the prime position to draft your quarterback of the future. Just go ahead and do so.
Yeah, this is a tough one because this is the debate that you always have in front office. You have the head coach who is really intent on winning right now versus the general manager who wants to win in the future. And so when I think about this, what you have to do is you have to continue to try to build out your team the best way that you can do it. And so if I am Arthur Smith, what I want to do is I want to make sure that I can convince the front office that Matt Ryan still has time to get us where we want to go. And so if I take a weapon at number 4 and recreate what we created during his MVP season, we could win games. And maybe we get to 10 and we're in. And then as we continue to win games, the confidence and the young guys develop, it puts us in a situation where we're always on the cusp of being able to do it. At some point, you do have to get the quarterback. But if you're Arthur Smith and you ultimately are swinging the gavel in the decision-making process in the office, you want to hold on to Matt Ryan. You want to give him another weapon and see if you can put it on the coaching staff to build this team around him, to squeeze a little bit more out of him to see if you can win while you're still trying to rebuild this team.
Yeah, fully committed. Like you said, it's really tough. I almost feel like I'm fence riding right here because there's still some toothpaste left in that tube when you talk about Matt Ryan in terms of his potential. But there is obviously some regression right here. This offense that's been top 10 forever, since 2013, actually, is now 18th. And then you couple that with the record of now being, what, 4 wins, 7 wins, 7 wins. You start to realize, oh, change is going to come. But I'm not going to risk it all because of this draft. I know a lot of people are enamored with the draft class. And, yeah, you can say something about Mac Jones, Trey Lance, and Justin Fields, whoever will be remaining and left at the number 4 position. But Acho, calm down. I just want to hit the club with you, big dog, and, you know, get a couple numbers. You sound like you're a little too eager. Like you about to go to the bar and say, yo, what's your name? Okay, I got a car for you out front, little condo, side crib, little baby mama truck, all that stuff. Like, I'm not doing all that because I don't know if these guys are going to be the savior. I don't know if these guys are the answer. Just because you want something new doesn't mean you rush out and do something that you're going to regret. That's my only concern.
But, Sal, remember, though, the Falcons might actually be in the prime position. You don't ever want to have to draft a quarterback when you're desperate to start a quarterback. Just like you don't want to necessarily get in a relationship when you're desperate because you're going to end up looking like, dang, how do I end up with them? See, the Falcons are in a prime position to be like, wait a second. We don't need a quarterback right now, but we can use one. When the Chiefs got Patrick Mahomes, he ain't start right away. They had Alex Smith. When the Packers got Aaron Rodgers, he ain't start right away. They had Brett Favre. When so many teams draft their quarterbacks of the future, even the Ravens with Lamar Jackson, they were hoping he could probably sit the whole season, but Joe Flacco was playing around and Lamar Jackson ended up being the savior sooner than later. Falcons are actually in a prime position like the 49ers, except they didn't have to give up what the 49ers had to give up. The Falcons are in a prime position to draft their quarterback, let him sit for a year, maybe even 2. Move on from Matt Ryan. You still got 2 to 3 years of your quarterback on a rookie deal or a 5th-year option for you to go try to win a big game, win a Super Bowl caliber of game, and then see what the future holds.
Yeah, this is really interesting because it really comes down to a philosophical approach because he certainly wants to win right now. And so Matt Ryan is most attractive because when he sits down in the office and talks to Matt Ryan, they can get on the same page because Matt Ryan has played in games. He can take what he's talking about on the board and make it happen on the field. When you're Terry Fontenot, the general manager, you're trying to convince the head coach, hey, coach, I know you can win right now with the veteran quarterback, but in the best interest of the team, we can go and take care of the most important position on the field by drafting one of these talented players in a very special quarterback class. And so this ultimately will come down to owner Arthur Blank stepping in and saying, hey, do we want to punt on Matt Ryan, get our young quarterback so now we can start building this team and all the marketing plans around the new face of the franchise, and that will start in 2022 and beyond? Or do we really feel like Matt Ryan can do what Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Drew Brees have been able to do, and that is win in their late 30s? A lot of it depends on how you feel about Matt Ryan in the building.
Yeah, you give me all those comps, I give you a Peyton Manning and Elway who were able to win.